Well, hello guys. I thought, yeah, let's do an replay of Dragon Age Origins until the new one comes out, Dragon Age 4. So let's create a new character. And, there are some mods installed, so just make it a little bit easier. Yeah, not easier. So yeah, I will, if I not forget, I will put down the mods in the description.
The Chantry teaches us that it is the hubris of men which brought the Darkspawn into our world. The mages had sought to usurp heaven, but instead they destroyed it. They were cast out, twisted and cursed by their own corruption. They returned as monsters, the first of the Darkspawn. They became a blight upon the lands, unstoppable and relentless. The Dwarven kingdoms were the first to fall, and from the deep roads, the Darkspawn drove at us again and again, until finally we neared annihilation. The Grey Wardens came. Men and women from every race, warriors and mages, barbarians and kings. The Grey Wardens sacrificed everything to stem the tide of darkness, and prevailed. It has been 4 centuries since that victory, and we have kept our vigil. We have watched and waited for the Darkspawn to return. But those who once called us heroes have forgotten. We are few now, and our warnings have been ignored for too long. For I have seen with my own eyes what lies on the horizon. Maker, help us all.
Okay. Well, let's see. Male, race, that's the woman, warrior. Or mage. No. And the warrior.
Greetings.
Warrior type. This one. Complexion. It's like young skin tone. Wait. very wide. Well, that's no good. A little bit lighter. Yes. Another dose. Let's go front. This one. Full buzzy beard. Hair colors. Let's go to this one too. Stubble. And this full stubble as well. Nah, no stubble. No stubble. No, wait. Yeah, there's the no stubble. But with beard. Where's my beard? No, beard. Yes. Hair color. Let's make a change here. Red hair. And brown. I'm more like Geralt preview. You know that, right? Sort of. Yeah, I'm not styling. Yeah, it's beautiful red. Let's see, stubble color. Oh, damn it. Yeah, it's good. Eyes. Size. Let's keep it that way. Eye color. Ooh. Purple. does this one? Nose. The basic. Yeah, I know what. Forget. Distance. All the way back. Background. Let's make it. Yeah. Cool. Expression. Nah, just a black face like my life. Just a bit. This forward. Down. Yes. Voice.
No, it is gone. I should do something else. I need buy, please.
How do you do?
Right, casting. Focus. This is not good.
Greetings. Well, that didn't work. My weapon isn't working.
Greetings. I cannot cast it. It is unharmed. Charmed, I'm sure. Ah, there went the spell. I need something new. Greetings.
Ah, my spell! What does it take to kill these things? Greetings. Well, that didn't work. Well, this is odd. My weapon is useless. Move aside.
Yeah,
Till we meet again.
name. Eden. Eden. No, not Eden. Good name. Good name. We're gonna search up. Oh, Great Warrior name on Google. Let's see what we get. Name generator. Unite warrior. Warrior male. No, wait. Damn it. Human. This one. I want this guild wars. No. Just want nickname. Damn it. I wanted to start with. Yeah, let's go K. Cupidon, Kudov, Kyran, Kafar, Karen, Keter, Gideon, Gilderen, Kip. And a Dutch Kip, K-E-P, that's chicken in Dutch. Ha. Kelder, Kassad, Kibbe with a B, Kilpass, Kimdor, Kuder, Kyrad, Kellen, Kesmont, Gibbon, Gibbidon, Kilburn, Kirunon, Kudov, Magren, the R, CR, Rukatamo, Rife, Rav, Rafe, Rukar, Hits, Ardon, Radan, Wheel, Tunic, this one, Watcher, Open, for Wiz, Trader, Ritek, Raisden, Resporon, Raisden, Warden, Rat, Ritek, Whistling, yeah, this is Reorder. It's a cool one. Reorder. Reorder. Yes. Next. Magic character's physical bonus, direction effect, damage character deals in physical combat is also melee attacks, high strength, essential for warriors, particularly very critical rogues. Oh, that's cunning. Alright, magical. No, we got no magic, so we don't need it. Let's do two of that. And two. Reduce half of the children's high construction will increase the amount of damage you can take before falling on a battlefield. Willpower, physical determination, and mental fortitude. With high willpower, mages can cast more eager for warrior and rogues willpower gains the most stamina for combat techniques and special attacks. Two of them then. This character is special enough to convince others to change the views, strength, orientated characters, works, contribution, stealing, trap making, survival, attack purpose, number creatures, noticism, poison making, combat training. Let's do self-gunning. Wait. I'll retract. Wait, let's do this then. Yes. These two and this one. I want to go with two-handed, like at the most. Powerful. Mighty blow and pommel strike. 20 strength and improves combat training. Alright. Play. Normal. And let's start normal. If it's too easy, we can go up. If it's too hard, we can go down. Alright, let's go. I've played this before, so I think I know what kind of general way I'm gonna go. But oh well, we shall see.
For generations, your family, the Kuzlans, has stewarded the lands of Highever, earning the loyalty of your people with justice and temperance. When your country was occupied by the Orlesian Empire, your father and grandfather served the embattled kings of your land. Today, your elder brother takes up House Kuzlan's banner in service to the crown, not against the men of Orlais, but against the bestial darkspawn rising in the south.
I trust then that your troops will be here shortly.
I expect they will start arriving tonight, and we can march tomorrow. I apologize for the delay, my lord. This is entirely my fault.
No. The appearance of the Darkspawn in the south has us all scrambling, doesn't it? I only received the call from the king a few days ago myself. I'll send my eldest off with my men. You and I will ride tomorrow just like the old days.
True. That we both had less grey in our hair then. And we fought all legions, not monsters.
At least the smell will be the same. I'm sorry, Pup, I didn't see you there. Hal, you remember my son?
I see he's grown into a fine young man. Pleased to see you again, lad.
Man, look at it, redhead. I was here but for a reason, and so you're not leaving.
My daughter Delilah asked after you. Perhaps I should bring her next time.
Warden.
Ha! To what end, he says? And so glib. The boy's a whip like his father.
See what I contend with, Hal? You can't tell my fierce boy anything these days, Maker bless his heart.
Temperament to match his fighting skill. Well done, your lordship.
At any rate, Pup, I summoned you for a reason. While your brother and I are both away, I'm leaving you in charge of the castle.
I certain what? Where can I go?
I'm certain you'd more than prove yourself, but I am not willing to deal with your mother if you join the war. She'd kill me if I let you go. She's already twisted into knots about Fergus and me going.
She don't set me, I will kill you. That's not fair. Nothing will do with this. Oh, very well.
Now, that's what I'd like to hear. Only a token force is remaining here, and you must keep peace in the region. You know what they say about mice when the cat is away, yes? There's also someone you must meet. Please, show Duncan in.
It is an honor to be a guest within your hall, Tyrn Cousland.
Your lordship, you didn't mention that a Grey Warden would be present.
Duncan arrived just recently, unannounced. Is there a problem?
Of course not. But a guest of this stature demands certain protocol. I am at a disadvantage.
We rarely have the pleasure of seeing one in person, that's true. Pup, Brother Aldous taught you who the Grey Wardens are, I hope. They are the heroes of legend, who ended the Blights and saved us all. Duncan is looking for recruits before joining us and his fellow Wardens in the south. I believe he's got his eye on Sir Gilmore.
If I might be so bold, I would suggest that your son is also an excellent candidate.
Honor though that might be, this is one of my sons we're talking about.
Perhaps we'll go into battle, now they're this month. And then just plot, so is there a reason I just knew them?
You did just finish saying that Grey Wardens are heroes, old friend.
I've not so many children that I'll gladly see them all off to battle. Unless you intend to invoke the right of conscription.
Have no fear. While we need as many good recruits as we can find, I've no intention of forcing the issue.
Pup, can you ensure that Duncan's requests are seen to while I'm gone?
Yeah, of course.
In the meantime, find Fergus, and tell him to lead the troops to Ostagar ahead of me.
But I want to talk to them.
You'll have plenty of time after we're gone. We must discuss the battle plans in the south. Be a good lad and do as I've asked. We'll talk soon.
Oh yeah, Willpower, blood resistance, stamina, yeah, somewhat.
I'm sorry, but I believe your father wishes to talk to the Arl and myself alone. Very well. I doubt your father would mind a slight delay. Indeed. We spotted a horde assembling in the Korkari Wilds not 3 weeks ago. Luckily, King Kaelan took us at our word and marshaled Ferelden's forces quickly. The first battles have already been fought. Your father and I must move quickly. Thousands. Perhaps 10,000 or more in this horde. Normally the Darkspawn stay in the deep roads. It bodes ill that so many risk the surface. Well, I understand the first battles have gone easily.
Indeed. Are the Grey Wardens sure this is a blight, and not simply some large Darkspawn raid?
No archdemon has been sighted yet, my lord. But with my entire soul, I believe this is a blight.
I wish we shared your faith. I suppose we shall see for ourselves once we arrive at the King's camp.
Of course. You're young, skilled, and eager for battle. Or so I heard. The Grey Wardens do not recruit simply anybody, and I intend no flattery when I say you show promise. The old treaties allow me to conscript you even against your father's wishes, but I will not do so. Our order is too small to risk animosity with Ferelden's nobility.
I'm glad I am to hear it.
It's tempting, your lordship, but I'm content to see what other candidates your castle offers.
Did you really come also shit?
I have only found a couple of worthy candidates in my travels across Ferelden. Your father invited me here, suggesting this Sir Gilmore. If he is not suitable, I will head south and join up with the king. Not well. King Kaelan is an eager young man who has shown great wisdom in responding to the Darkspawn threat.
I've heard he's a bit enraptured with the Grey Warden legend, and that is why he caters to your order.
How? That is unworthy of you.
He only repeats what we've all heard. Whatever the king's reasons, I'll take his support. The priority is defeating the Darkspawn before they threaten all of Ferelden. Until we speak again.
Peace out.
Shouldn't you be off to your brother, as I asked?
Yeah, you'll be alright.
Your brother and I go into battle, not an afternoon tea. Who knows what will happen to us? I will tell you, however, you're my cherished son. I love you, and I trust you completely to carry on the Kuzlin name if the worst should happen. But don't worry about me, dear boy. You'll have enough to occupy your mind while I'm gone. Upstairs in his chambers, no doubt. Saying goodbye to Oriana and your nephew. When the king demands it. In fact, not sending our forces south would be a distinctly bad idea. Don't worry, pup. You shouldn't see many problems, but I want you to prepare the men left here, in case. Legends of the Blights tell of horrible things. These Darkspawn once threatened many lands. If we can't hold them, you must prepare for the worst.
Should I go with you?
Stubborn as always. I understand. But this is why it's so important that you stay. But let's not speak of ominous things. We shall assume that all will go well, and the Maker will watch over us. I'll talk to you soon. Just let me finish my meeting with Duncan.
Yes? We fought together under King Maric when he drove the Orlesians out of Ferelden. Heady times. The years since have not held the same promise. It's not something a youth would understand. It will be good to ride beside your father again.
Daughter is interesting.
The topic has come up from time to time. The young and their infatuations.
I don't know. Trying to interest. This sounds more serious than I thought. Don't remember returning to interests.
That speaks to your nature, not ours. I can't say I approve of the freedom your father allows. If something did happen, well, we'd address it as befits a family of our stature.
I think I like that. I told you, bro.
Your father's permissiveness has made you willful, indeed. It may not always serve you so well. Poor weather, I believe. Their progress has been slow, but it's nothing you need worry about. In a manner of speaking, if I had reinforced our border levies earlier, my troops could have left before the rains. I confess, my confidence in your father allowed me some complacency. I guess that makes it as much his fault. I thank you. That is quite unnecessary.
Bitch. Let's see. Good. Yeah, let's go. Inventory, bolt helpers, exploration. So, yeah, let's go.
This should be easy enough.
Efficient skill.
Good evening, my lord.
Good evening. Wait. Options, subtitles. So that control. Video into aliasing. Hi. Okay. Resume. Alright, go. Explore a bit. Trust the book. Gentle blight, the blight. The gentle light. Magic will. Local City Black with the step to take my hall. Marvels of perfection. First blight. Trust the goddess. Sorry. Duncan. Goes back to Little Warden, world king that it's true. Or out 200 years earlier, facing local suspicion and hostility. Warden and how ultimately created I felt like King Mark's how almost riddled just like my mom disappeared. But it's there's a controls. Area map, yeah, wait.
Evening, my lord. Evening, my lord.
Maker, prepare a place for us. Redeem our world from sin. Forgive our transgressions.
Maker, forgive us all!
Have you come to pray for your brother and father? I'd be happy to ask for the Maker's blessings with you.
Perhaps 8 energy
I would
points.
think a man who desires to spend his life on the battlefield would show more humility.
I didn't build Maker, so persuaded. Nah, I don't
I
build.
prayed that the danger your brother and father face might change your mind. It saddens me that you will walk alone in this world and the hereafter by your choice of blindness. But I will bother you no further. I must yet administer to soldiers who will appreciate it. Excuse me.
Oh, sorry. The Maker. Yeah, alright. Let's go. Yeah, let's go to the plot.
Good evening, my lord.
Yeah, let's continue.
This should be easy enough.
Castle is so eerie with everyone preparing to ride south. It will be so empty.
Let's go, right?
There you are. Your mother told me the Terran had summoned you, so I didn't want to interrupt.
Good thing, because they went
Yes, I saw the Isle arrive. I fear your hound has the kitchens in uproar once again, and is threatening to leave. No matter how the maids try to keep him out, he always finds a way in. You know these Mabari hounds. They listen only to their master. Anyone else risks having an arm bitten off.
Let me see.
Your mother insists that you take care of this now. You're quite lucky to have your own Mabari warhound, you know. Smart enough not to talk, my father used to say. Of course, that means he's easily bored. Nan swears he confounds her just to amuse himself. At any rate, your mother would have me accompany you until the matter is settled, shall we? She was entertaining Lady Landra and her son when I left her, perhaps in the atrium. Before we go, my lord, might I beg a question? I've heard from several people that a Grey Warden is here. Is that true? Then, is it also true that this Grey Warden was asking after me? Maker's breath. Are you certain? Can you imagine? Me, a Grey Warden? It would be everything I've dreamed of. Of course, I shouldn't get ahead of myself. Pardon my outburst.
Good evening, my lord. Good evening, my lord.
Books. Search for Realm in chapter 1. Chapter 2.
Hello, my dear boy. By chance, I am beginning to teach these young squires about your family's history.
Do we have to? History is boring.
Boys, you are referring to the Couslands, the very family in whose castle you live. Show some respect.
If I could do it on the spin.
Perhaps you could help me with that. Might you join me in teaching this lesson? Perhaps you could make the topic more palatable for these lads and their minuscule intellects.
Pretty well.
Wonderful. Oh, the Cousland history is long indeed. Where shall we start?
Where we found it.
Records are vague, but the Couslands became Tierns during the Black Age. Is that familiar, child?
cunning during the Lianthropod plagues.
Good. I'm pleased some of my lessons seem to have stuck. At that time, your family held only the minor title of Ban. When the werewolves reached this area, Ban Mather Kusland organized a curfew and patrols within the city. Several other local bands supported his efforts by swearing oaths of fealty, making him their Tyrn.
You predict the founding of the kingdom, yes?
Well, I'm glad some of my lessons don't disappear into that yawning chasm between your ears, young man.
Is a skill of a tutor, of course. 4.
If I were truly a skilled tutor, I suspect I would not encounter such insouciance amongst my pupils. You could look that up later. At any rate, your family has held the Turnir of High Ever since before King Callan had united Ferelden. In fact, Tierna Elethea Kusland battled Callanhad to maintain High Ever's independence. The Kuslands are ardent royalists now, but at that time, Callanhad was unknown and considered dangerous by many. When Callanhad's army reached High Ever, Tierna Elethea led the local bands against him. Obviously, Callanhad won.
Okay, let's skip the tier.
Callanhad wished to unite Ferelden, not conquer it. After Elethea's men were defeated, Callanhad asked her to swear fealty. The boulder where they held council still stands today as a memorial of that event. The history between the Kuslands and the House reaches back to the Orlesian occupation. During your grandfather's rule, of course, Orlais found it difficult to hold these lands. During the rebellion against Orlais, several battles were fought near High Ever. The port village of Harper's Ford was the Turnir's center. Its Jarl was Tarleton Howe. Though nearly 90, he was still as sharp and bitter as cheap ale. Your grandfather openly supported the rebellion, but Howe sided with Orlais. Your family was forced to seize Harper's Ford before it was all over.
The house.
Your grandfather couldn't afford to lose Harper's Ford. In keeping the town, your family drove Orlais from its lands. The Howes eventually joined the rebellion, when all of Ferelden united behind King Merrick and General Loghain. Just as now we united behind Merrick's son, King Callan, to fight the Darkspawn. Thank you for indulging an old man.
Oh, does that mean we have to listen to you now?
Silence! I will not have you two becoming smart-mouthed hooligans. Perhaps you should go. I doubt they need any more distraction. I'm just going to settle in here and apparently just talk to myself for all the good I'm doing. Damn, that's myself all this one.
Mother says the Darkspawn will all be killed and I won't see one. Is that true?
That's our plan. Culture for Warden. Let's go to my brother. Yeah. Let's do a plot. Let's go. More dialogue. Let's go.
And my dear Bryce bought this back from Orlais last year. The Marquis who gave it to him was drunk, I understand, and mistook Bryce for the king. Ah, here is my son, along with Sir Gilmore. Tell me, Sir Gilmore, has my pup collared that dog yet?
Not just yet, your ladyship.
Darling, do take care of that. That malodorous hound of yours is an excellent protector, but he drives Nan to distraction.
Surely for that.
Don't give Mother a headache. Sir Gilmore, see that it gets done.
As your ladyship commands.
Good. With any luck, I'll be able to feed my guests before the end of next week. Darling, you remember Lady Landra?
I think we last met at your mother's spring salon.
Say so. Good to see you, my lady.
You're too kind, dear boy. Didn't I spend half the salon shamelessly flirting with you?
Right in front of your family, too.
You remember my son, Dyron? I believe you two sparred in the last tourney.
And you beat me handily, as I recall. It's good to see you again, my lord.
Are you being honest with us?
And this is my lady-in-waiting, Iona. Do say something, dear.
It is a great honor, my lord. I have heard many wonderful things about you.
Don't look now, Eleanor. But I believe the girl has a crush on your lad.
Lady Landra!
Hush, Landra. You'll turn the poor thing scarlet.
She ain't been looking.
As it pleases you, my lord.
I think perhaps I shall rest now, my dear. Dyron, I will see you and Iona at supper.
Perhaps we'll retire to the study for now.
Yeah, let's go there.
Good evening, your lordship. Sir Gilmore.
I dare say I can hear Nan shouting from here. Perhaps if you hurry, you can keep her from having a fit.
Let's go get the pup then.
Get that bloody mutt out of the larder.
But mistress, it won't let us near.
If I can't get into that larder, I'll skin both of you useless elves, I swear it.
Calm down, good woman. We've come to help.
You and you! Your bloody mongrel keeps getting into my larder. That beast should be put down.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Just get him gone. I've enough to worry about with a castle full of hungry soldiers. You two, stop standing there like idiots. Get out of the way!
Oh. Is the I put on the sword then. I go.
Oh, look at that mess. How did he even get in here? It does seem like he's trying to tell you something. Wait, did you hear that?
I don't know. No. Dog name, a good dog. Let's name it Spike. Check here, Spike. Yeah, still more.
Giant rats? It's like the start of every bad adventure tale my grandfather used to tell. Your hound must have chased them in through their holes. Looks like he wasn't raiding the larder after all.
Good boy.
Those were rats from the Kokari Wilds. Best not to tell Nan. She's upset enough as it is. But seeing as you've got your Mabari well in hand, I'll be on my way.
Alright.
I'm to prepare for the arrival of more of the Isle's men.
him. Greenstone. First, looks old. You know, this it looks like somewhat of a weapon. It's a wood found. Magic. Let's go. Can you clean it?
There he is, as brazen as you please, licking his chops after helping himself to the roast, no doubt.
Not so bad, nah. Just dog big.
Look at him now. Snuck into my larder once again and makes off like a free thief, he does.
Oh, mistress! There are rats in the larder! Big ones!
Oh, looks like the dog killed them.
Oh, I bet that dog led those rats into there to begin with. Oh, don't even start with the sad eyes. I'm immune to your so-called charms. Here then. Take these pork bits and don't say that Nan never gives you anything. Bloody dog. Thank you, my lord. Now we can get to work. That's right, you two. Quit standing about. Thank you again for your help. Now, if you'll just hold on a moment. Yes? Adney, get moving with those casts. And Kath, do you think you can serve that to the turn with dirt from the floor all over it?
Miserable old bat.
Old bat, am I? We've got to work double time on supper, sweep out the hearths, and no complaining. Just keeping order. That's why your father keeps me on. The good maker knows I needn't take care of you anymore. Thank you for coming to your old nanny's rescue. That blasted hound is more trouble than he's worth. He is. And don't start with me. You've gotten all you're getting today. But what about you, my lord? Been keeping safe and well behaved, I hope?
I would say anything but yes.
Clever whelp. That mouth of yours will get you into trouble one day. Do you remember that bedtime tale I used to tell you? The dog that bit? Good. Then you can start. A warhound was born to the elder bitch of a tribal chief. They named him Hahaku and gave him everything. He grew up a fine, strong pup, destined to be the partner of the chief's eldest son.
Got nothing but to do with this. And I grew prideful.
The young hound became arrogant, taking food from his kin and warning them, in the way of dogs, that the chief's family would punish them if they tried to attack him. Years passed, and the time for the chief's son to take a warhound came closer. Hahaku's pride swelled, and many of the people of the tribe came to the chief, quietly whispering of this dog's bullying. With each complaint, the chief saw only Hahaku's strength and pride, and sent his people away. But as his son grew, the chief watched more closely. The day might come when his boy's life would depend on this dog. If the humblest of his people would not trust Hahaku, how could he?
So he made a really good dog his son's partner, whom his teachers did him.
When the day came, Hahaku sat proudly waiting to be called, but the old chief chose Hahaku's brother as his son's hound. Hahaku was shamed, but felt no remorse. So great was his rage that he darted across the fire pit and bit the chief's hand. The chief and his son struck at Hahaku, cursing him. The hound ran into the village, seeking shelter in the tents and kennels. The other dogs snapped at him, and the tribe's people threw stones at him. Before the chief could reach him, the tribe had torn Hahaku apart. Now, what should you carry from this tale? Very true. Hahaku thought himself above the others and expected his position to protect him. But you're far too old now for an old woman to be reminding you to watch how you behave, hmm?
Why did you tell the story?
It's a story worth repeating. That's all. Be off with you then. Tell your brother farewell before he rides off to war.
Alright. Goodbye. Let's put away my dad. Let's get the chick. Pleasant night.
That is a wonderful dog. He seems very noble and intelligent. Greetings once again, my lord.
You're pretty.
My lord is very kind. Thank you.
I haven't seen many elven ladies in waiting.
Lady Landra has been very good to me. I am lucky. If I may, your mother has no ladies in waiting herself. Is that usual for a noble woman of her rank?
She doesn't care about to be passed over.
That is not a sentiment I see amongst other noble women.
How did you ever come to know Lady
My family has been in service to hers for many years. Lady Landra elevated my place as a reward for our loyalty. I hope this position might pass to my daughter. Forgive me, I shouldn't have mentioned her.
I bet she's as beautiful eyes as yours.
She does. Many people say she looks a great deal like me. I'm the only one who sees her father in her.
It sounds,
Lady Landra is good to her elven servants. That is not true in many households, but I hear it is in yours. It speaks well of your father to show such compassion.
Don't you for more for your daughter?
I have risen very high for my people. I would not tempt fate by wishing more. I am an open book, my lord. What would you like to know? Lady Landra's manor is not half so large as your castle, so my family lives in the alienage. There, we do not stand out quite so much. In an alienage, my daughter learns what it means to be elven, as much as possible. So much of our history has been lost. That is an awkward question. What do you mean?
The sentiments what we've done to your people. I find it very different from yours.
Sometimes. But to be honest, we elves have lost much of our history. Few speak our language anymore, and many do not know what being elven means. We live amongst you, worship as you do, sing the same songs, eat the same foods. I am a Ferelden woman, yet my race will always set me apart. No longer. I have little time for such things.
Surely you're joking with someone good as
You
you.
flatter me, my lord. I am not so pretty that suitors are lining up, if that's what you mean. Of course.
Let's get
Aren't
the
we doing
shot.
just that? What else did you have in mind?
Getting over. Let's do 66.
I see. I think I might like that. If I come to your door once everyone is asleep, would that be agreeable, my lord?
Yes, that would be agreeable.
Until tonight, then.
Darren, look at this.
Hello again. Your castle study is wonderful. Might I ask whose collection this is?
But I come here after the race from.
So would I. Do you have a favorite book?
The Dragon of the Winter.
Good choice. Timaeus' theory on the nature of dragons and how they connect to Darkspawn is quite intriguing.
Do you know anything about the Grey
No more
Wardens?
than anyone else. Is it true there is one here in the castle? Have you met him?
Yes,
I'd join the Grey Wardens in a heartbeat. Can you imagine destroying the Darkspawn forever, becoming a hero? But I'd never gain a Grey Warden's notice. I'll have to be happy under your father's command.
So you'll be earning it?
Yes, though I don't know when. I will leave when your father does. I'll ride as his second. Glorified squire, more or less. I'll care for his horse and armor and such. It's quite an honor.
You consider unlimited ranks. Do you actually fight?
I hope so. I admit to trepidation about facing Darkspawn, but I can't imagine an opponent more worthy of defeat.
Do you consider it to be honor with many
Unlike you, I am no child of a great house. If I can rise within the ranks of your father's service, it is more than I could normally hope for. I'm a bit surprised that you're not riding alongside your brother. Is that disappointing?
I have to see.
True enough. This is no small estate like my own. If you're interested, I shall record what I can during the battle. My writing skills may be lacking, but I hope to convey a true sense of the warrior's experience. Writing such an important work is one of my ambitions. I'd like that. What did you have in mind? There's not much to tell. I am the eldest son of a minor lord. I can't imagine I'm anyone very interesting to you. I would be glad of the chance to get to know you better. Until then.
Let's go. Come on. Come on, let's go.
So, you managed to solve Nan's dog issues? I'll take that as a yes. Good work, darling. Now you should say goodbye to Fergus before he leaves, don't you think? Yes, your father mentioned that. You haven't got it into your head that you want to be recruited.
There's my return.
There's enough here at the castle to occupy you. I don't need you off chasing danger like your brother.
Where can I go with Fergus?
I know it's difficult to stay in the castle and watch others ride off, but we must see to our duties first. You understand that, don't you?
I could make a difference.
You are here. Trust me, you'll get your chance for excitement soon enough. As do I. Your father and brother are marching off to fight Maker knows what. All the assurances in the world don't comfort me, but it wouldn't help for us to take up arms and follow. Fergus and your father have their duty and we have ours. For a few days. Then I'll travel with Lady Landra to her estate and keep her company for a time. Your father thinks my presence here might undermine your authority. Good. I was worried you might be nervous about running the castle alone. I needn't have been concerned. If he's not out with his men, probably upstairs with Oriana. I love you, my darling boy. You know that, don't you? You've grown up so fast. And now Bryce is leaving you in charge of the castle. I suppose there's no point in dwelling on it. Go do what you must then. I will see you soon.
Yeah, alright, let's go. Let's do Spike. Come on. Need to go. Let's go back.
Is there really going to be a war, Papa? Will you bring me back a sword?
That sword, Oren. And I'll get you the mightiest one I can find, I promise. I'll be back before you know it.
I wish victory was indeed so certain. My heart is disquiet.
Don't frighten the boy, love. I speak the truth. And here's my little brother to see me off. Now dry your eyes, love, and wish me well.
Should we go side?
Stay. I'd like to say farewell.
I should go. I wish I could go with you.
I wish you could come. It'll be tiring killing all those darkspawn myself.
Surely your father would not place both his heirs in danger?
Mother and father have been fighting about it for days. It's too bad. I could have used you at my side.
You'll be missed, brother.
If it's any consolation, I'm sure I'll freeze in the southern rain and be completely jealous of you up here, warm and safe.
I am positively thrilled that you will be so miserable, husband.
Yeah, that's a great word.
Really? Was he riding a griffin?
Shh, Oren. Griffins only exist in stories now.
I'd heard that. Did he say why he's come?
It's just recruiting.
Oh? If I were a Grey Warden, little brother, I'd have my eye on you. Not that father would ever allow it. Word from the south is that the battles have gone well. There's no evidence that this is a true blight, just a large raid.
Could that be true?
I'll see for myself soon enough. Pray for me, love, and I'll be back within a month or two. Then the Owl's men are delayed. You'd think his men were all walking backwards. Well, I'd better get underway. So many darkspawn to behead, so little time. Off we go then. I'll see you soon, my love.
I would hope, dear boy, that you plan to wait for us before taking your leave.
Be well, my son. I will pray for your safety every day you are gone.
I keep telling you, no darkspawn will ever best me.
The Maker sustain and preserve us all. Watch over our sons, husbands and fathers, and bring them safely back to us.
And bring us some ale and wenches while you're at it. For the men, of course.
Fergus, you would say this in front of your mother?
What's a wench? Is that what you pull on to get the bucket out of the well?
A wench is a woman that pours the ale in a tavern, Oren. Or a woman who drinks a lot of ale.
Bryce, Maker's breath. I swear it's like living with a pack of small boys.
I'll miss you, mother dear. You'll take care of her, brother, won't you? It's true. They should be sending her, not me. She would scold those darkspawn back into the deep roads.
Well, I'm glad you find this so funny.
Enough. Enough. Pup, you'll want to get an early night. You've much to do tomorrow.
I leveled up, oh my god. Let's do... Let's add more strength. Make strength, adds all the strength. And let's also add precise striking. Could be useful.
Mama says you're going to be watching over us while Papa is gone. Is that true, Uncle?
Yes, it's true.
What if the castle is attacked? Will there be dragons?
Dragons are terrible creatures, Oren. They eat people.
Yeah, I want to see one.
This is your influence, Fergus.
What? I didn't say anything.
Are you going to teach me to use a sword, Uncle? Then I can fight evil too. Take that, dire bunny. All darkspawn, fear my sword of truthiness.
You bet, let's go.
Fergus, there are times your family causes me great pain.
Now, mind your mother, Oren.
Oh, I never get to do anything.
Don't worry, son. You'll get to see a sword up close real soon, I promise. Getting sent to bed early, are we?
Right.
What? You sly dog.
Fergus, really?
It's the elven lass that arrived with Lady Landra, isn't it? Don't you tell me it isn't. At any rate, I'll miss you. Take care of everyone, and be here when I get back.
Best do as your father says, darling. I will see you in the morning, bright and early.
If you should need any assistance in the coming days, I would be glad to offer it.
You should be on your way, pup. Long day ahead tomorrow.
What is great?
Ah, I was wondering how long this would take. Has he asked to recruit you?
If he did?
If he did, then I would have to consider it. If a blight is truly upon us in the south, then Grey Wardens will be needed. There is no higher calling. If it comes to that, we can talk about it when I get back. Until then, just show him every courtesy. Duncan is a fine man. And a hero. I know that you'll do me proud. You've grown into a fine lad. That much is clear.
There's one more book about politics of Ferelden. Let's go to sleep. Sleeping good. I'm tired too. I need to go to bed. Ah.
Your hound is making so much noise. He seems so angry. I thought I heard yelling when I woke up, but now I hear nothing. I'm gonna see if someone's in the hall.
Oh no. Poor lady.
Warden senses tingling.
Close.
Darling, I heard fighting outside and I feared the worst. Are you hurt?
Those men killed the owner.
What? The elven girl? But why? Her scream woke me up. There were men in the hall, so I barred the door. Did you see their shields? Those are Hal's men. Why would they attack us? You don't think Hal's men were delayed? On purpose? That bastard. I'll cut his lying throat myself. Have you seen your father? He never came to bed.
He could be already dead, Mother.
No, I won't believe that. We must find him.
So let's check on our
And trust his mercy. What if the soldiers went into your brother's room first? Let's check on them quickly. Then we'll look for Bryce downstairs. Perhaps we can salvage some things here, darling. Some of your father's belongings are in that trunk. Ready.
Let's do Archer and then Ranged. Aggressive. Passive, also aggressive.
All set.
Let's do Dexterity and Willpower. Yeah, let's go. Let's do this one. Let's go.
No! My little Oren! What manner of fiend slaughters innocents? How he's not even taking hostages? He means to kill all of us. Oh, poor fuckers. Let's go, I don't want to see this.
You're gonna die.
On it. Let's get started.
Let's take it down.
Who's the boss, the likes of you?
Come now! Vengeance! Let's get started.
Monies.
Oh, dear Landra. I'm so sorry. If she hadn't come to me, if she hadn't been here.
I'm here.
No, she can also.
Can you hear the fighting? Hal's men must be everywhere. My only grandchild is a ravaged corpse. What do I care about danger? The front gates. That's where your father must be. I have my treasury key. We could go there first and take the Kuslan sword from the vault. If anything is worth fighting to keep out of Hal's hands, it's that sword. But it may be a dangerous path.
Let's sit.
Listen, darling, we haven't much time. If we can't find your father, you must get out of here alive. Without you and Fergus, the entire Kusen line dies here. If Hal's men are inside, they must already control the castle. We must use the servants' entry in the larder to escape. Do you hear me?
I want Hal dead.
Then survive, and visit vengeance upon him.
Night folks.
Is there something you need?
Yeah, put this on. See.
Ready.
Let's go.
The castle has fallen! I'm getting out of here!
Go and save yourself.
Ah! Here they come! They're right behind me!
A mage, soldiers. Let's take out the mage first.
Warden sense is tingling. This should be easy enough. Right. Time for some fun. Gotta make this quick, shall we? Come on! This should be easy. On it. Victory! Mine! Let's get started.
We must get to the castle gates. That's surely where your father is. avenged, old sage. I swear it. We're getting close to the treasury. The Kuzlan family blade lies inside. Use that key I gave you. That blade cannot fall into Hal's hands.
Alright. Let's go.
This should be easy enough. As you wish.
I pray that Mother Malal has escaped. They would not commit that sacrilege on top of everything else, would they?
too. Well done.
Go! Man the gates! Keep those bastards out as long as you can! Your ladyship, my lord, you're both alive. I was certain Hal's men had gotten through.
How treacherous.
When I realized what was happening, it was all I could do to shut the gates. But they won't keep Hal's men out long. If you've another way out of the castle, use it quickly. I've no idea. You don't think he's involved in this, do you?
Perhaps he was sent to kill Bryce? Oh dear. Have you seen him?
When I last saw the Terran, he'd been badly wounded. I urged him not to go, but he was determined to find you. He went towards the kitchen. I believe he thought to find you at the servants' exit in the larder.
Bless you, Sir Gilmore. Make her watch over you.
Make her watch over us all.
He was a good dude.
This should be easy enough. This should be easy enough.
More lootable. The outside. Should be up to 15.
As you wish. Only one shall stand!
Run! Run! Run!
Get out. Get out.
As you wish.
So, come on. Let's take him.
On it.
Let's press him down. Then we can go. Father.
There, you both are. I was
Bryce!
wondering when you would get here.
Maker's blood, what's happening? You're bleeding!
Hal's men found me first. Almost did me in right there.
Look, how did you get here? You can barely move. No, but only move.
Duncan, go. Found me. brought me here.
And left you lying in your own blood? We must get you out of here!
I won't survive the standing, I think.
So true, you will be fine. Kadabra, let's go. Then we'll stay in the venture. I will simply drag you out.
Only if you're willing to leave pieces of me behind, bub.
Bryce, this is no time for jokes! Once Hal's men break through the gate, they will find us. We must go!
Someone
Weird.
must reach Fergus. Tell him what has happened.
Take vengeance.
Yes. Vengeance.
Bryce, no. The servant's passage is right here. We can flee together, find you healing magic.
The castle is surrounded. I cannot make it.
I'm afraid the Turn is correct. House men have not yet discovered this exit, but they surround the castle. Getting past will be difficult.
You are Duncan, then? The Grey Warden?
Yes, your ladyship. The Turn and I tried to reach you sooner.
My youngest son helped me get here. Maker be praised.
I am not surprised.
No, can do something about how.
Not here. There are too many men, and they seem as willing to kill me as they are all of you. Flight is the only option.
Whatever is to be done now, it must be quick. They are coming.
Duncan, you are under no obligation to me, but I beg you, take my wife and son to safety.
I will, your lordship, but I fear I must ask for something in return.
Anything!
What is happening here pales in comparison to the evil now loose in this world. I came to your castle seeking a recruit. The Darkspawn threat demands that I leave with one.
I understand.
Truthfully, you were always my first choice. I will take the Tyrna and your son to Ostagar to tell Fergus and the king what happened. Then, your son joins the Grey Wardens.
So long as justice comes to Hal. I agree.
Then I offer you a place within the Grey Wardens. Fight with us.
My dudes to take vengeance on all Hal.
We will inform the king, and he will punish Hal. I am sorry, but a Grey Warden's duties take precedence even over vengeance.
Hal thinks he'll use the chaos to advance himself. Make him wrong, bub. See that justice is done. Our family always does our duty first. The Darkspawn must be defeated. You must go. For your own sake and for Ferelden's.
We must leave quickly then.
Bryce, are you sure?
Our son will not die of Hal's treachery. He will live and make his mark on the world.
Darling, go with Duncan. You have a better chance to escape without me.
Eleanor.
Hush, Bryce. I'll kill every bastard that comes through that door to buy them time. But I won't abandon you.
We can find another way, we can fight.
So we all die? No. Your place is now with the Grey Wardens. Mine is with your father, at his side, to death and beyond.
I'm so sorry it's come to this, my love.
We had a good life, and did all we could. It's up to our children now.
Then go, pup. Warn your brother. Know that we love you both. You do us proud.
They've broken through the gates. We must go now.
Goodbye, darling.
Goodbye. Poor lady, poor man, poor parents.
We will be traveling south through the hinterlands to the ruin of Ostagar, on the edges of the Korkari Wilds. The Tevinter Imperium built Ostagar long ago to prevent the Wilders from invading the northern lowlands. It's fitting we make our stand here, even if we face a different foe within that forest. The King's forces have clashed with the Darkspawn several times, but here is where the bulk of the Horde will show itself. There are only a few Grey Wardens within Ferelden at the moment, but all of us are here. This blight must be stopped, here and now. If it spreads to the north, Ferelden will fall.
Ho there, Duncan.
King Kaelan. I didn't expect a
royal welcome? I was beginning to worry you'd miss all the fun.
Not if I could help it, Your Majesty.
Then I'll have the mighty Duncan at my side in battle after all. Glorious. The other wardens told me you'd found a promising recruit. I take it this is he?
Allow me to introduce you, Your Majesty.
No need, Duncan. You are Bryce's youngest, are you not? I don't think we've ever actually met.
Yes, Your Majesty, my name is Warden.
Your brother has already arrived with High Ever's men, but we are still awaiting your father.
I think he's not coming. He's dead at the castle.
Dead? What do you mean? Duncan, do you know anything about this?
Terran Cousland and his wife are dead, Your Majesty. Arl Howe has shown himself a traitor and overtaken High Ever Castle. Had we not escaped, he would have killed us and told you any story he wished.
I can scarcely believe it. Well, how could he think he could get away with such treachery? As soon as we are done here, I will turn my army north and bring Howe to justice. You have my word.
What kind of justice?
He will hang. I know that will not bring your family back, but Howe will not profit from this. No doubt you wish to see your brother. Unfortunately, he and his men are scouting in the wilds.
When will he return?
Not until the battle is over, I fear. Until then, we cannot even send word. I apologize, but there's nothing more I can do. All I can suggest is that you vent your grief against the Darkspawn for the time being. I'm sorry to cut this short, but I should return to my tent. Loghain waits eagerly to bore me with his strategies.
Your uncle sends his greetings and reminds you that Redcliffe forces could be here in less than a week.
Ha! Eamon just wants in on the glory. We've won 3 battles against these monsters, and tomorrow should be no different. I'm not even sure this is a true blight. There are plenty of Darkspawn on the field, but alas, we've seen no sign of an archdemon.
Disappointed, Your Majesty?
I'd hoped for a war like in the tales. A king riding with the fabled Grey Wardens against a tainted god. But I suppose this will have to do. I must go before Loghain sends out a search party. Farewell, Grey Wardens.
What the king said is true. They've won several battles against the Darkspawn here.
Perhaps. But you don't seem really sure.
Despite the victory so far, the Darkspawn horde grows larger with each passing day. By now, they look to outnumber us. I know there is an archdemon behind this, but I cannot ask the king to act solely on my feeling.
Why not is regarded
Yet not enough to wait for reinforcements from the Grey Wardens of Orlais. He believes our legend alone makes him invulnerable. Our numbers in Ferelden are too few. We must do what we can, and look to turn Loghain to make up the difference. To that end, we should proceed with the joining ritual without delay.
What do you mean?
Every recruit must go through a secret ritual we call the joining in order to become a Grey Warden. The ritual is brief, but some preparation is required. We must begin soon.
I need to find
You heard
this.
what the king said. He is scouting in the wilds and beyond contact. Be patient. He will return. The joining is dangerous. I cannot speak more of it except to say that you will learn all in good time. Until then, you must trust that what is done is necessary. No, there are 2 other recruits here already. They have been waiting for us to arrive.
What do you need me to do?
Feel free to explore the camp here as you wish. All I ask is that you do not leave it for the time being. There is another Grey Warden in the camp by the name of Alistair. When you're ready, seek him out and tell him it's time to summon the other recruits. Your hound can stay with me while I attend to some business. The Grey Warden tent is on the other side of this bridge. You will find us there should you need to.
Alright, with that, I say I'll end it. Later. Yeah. Bye.